Hi Pisces, welcome to your love reading for January 2019. This is Elizabeth from channeledguidance.com. Okay, so I've already shuffled the decks for you. Let's go ahead and begin. This is for confirmation, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. This is the love reading for the sign of Pisces for January 2019. You have the 3 of Swords, love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. 6 of Swords, love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Page of Swords, love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Knight of Coins, love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Queen of Swords, love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. The Hangman. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. You have the Fool. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. 8 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. What's the most important thing that Pisces needs to hear about their love life for January 2019? The card that you have, Pisces, is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is saying that anything can change for you. So I'm noticing right now that you're starting with the 3 of Swords, which is the breakup or divorce card. Anything can change in that situation. The Knight of Swords is kind of like the Tower. Things can change very quickly. So we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. If you would like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channeledguidance.com. I'll put a link down below and also a link to my Facebook account. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here. Let's start with the first row. In the first row, you have the 3 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So the 3 of Swords, this is telling me that for some of you, you could be coming into January really broken-hearted. Again, this is the breakup or the divorce card. It could be that, you've been through a breakup. Maybe you're separated right now. Maybe your spouse is talking about divorce. Maybe some of you could also, based on the cards that I see here, some of you may be thinking that maybe it's best that I move away from, so-and-so. You may be thinking that it's time maybe to move on to a different relationship. There is some type of truth that needs to be spoken here. For some of you, it could be that you really need to speak your truth, that you're really hurting in a relationship. You have the Page of Swords, which does represent very honest communication. You have to be completely honest. Because again, some of you are feeling really brokenhearted right now. Either that or you're really, feeling like you need to move away from a relationship where there's a lot of pain. The 6 of Swords is telling me that you're moving away in January. You're leaving your problems behind you. Or you could be leaving a person behind you that's just causing you a lot of heartache. Now keep in mind, it's a general reading, so I try to go over all the possible scenarios. It could also be, and this also came up for, I think it was Capricorn, because I think in one of the spreads they also started with the 3 of Swords. There could have been a breakup. Somebody maybe broke up with you. This person could be really, figuring things out themselves with the Page of Swords. They could be realizing the truth. Because the Page of Swords is either honest communication with yourself or with another person. So they could be really figuring out that maybe they made a mistake, and there could be a healthy change in the relationship where things just ended. Remember, the main energy is the Knight of Swords. Expect the unexpected. Anything can change very quickly. Now in the second row here, you have the Knight of Coins, the Queen of Swords, and the Hangman. So Pisces does have something, you have something going on in your love life right now where you do feel stuck and you feel like you're just kind of in limbo and things are just not moving forward. You also have the Knight of Coins, which things are moving, again, very slowly. Slow progress. You also have the Queen of Swords in the middle. This can be someone who is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But sometimes when there is no air sign, the King and the Queen of Swords pop up when someone is not in touch with their feelings and their intuition. And Pisces, that's usually not you. This is definitely your partner. I guess it depends on your birth chart, but I've never met a Pisces who's not in touch with their own feelings. So it could be, that things are moving slow in your love life because the person that you love or your partner is not really paying attention to their feelings. They're not really understanding. For some of you, there's going to be a healthy change there with that 6 of Swords. You will leave your problems behind you, but I do see things kind of being stuck in January, slow progress, because someone is not listening to their feelings. But with the Page of Swords there, you know, your partner, or it could be your ex. I mean, I am going to do an ex spread for you. They could really kind of have that moment of truth, like, you know, I was wrong, or I shouldn't have left, or something like that. Now look at this bottom row. This is eye-opening. You've got the Fool, a major arcana of new beginnings. The Ace of Cups, a new beginning or new love, with the Eight of Cups in the middle. There's a strong energy here of like somebody leaving, like somebody left, or you left. The Eight of Cups is the goodbye card. Someone chose to walk away from you. Someone chose, maybe someone else. Someone chose to leave because they were not happy. But it's surrounded by new energy. And you also have, I mean, you have the Fool, which is a major arcana of new beginnings, of just having to trust your heart and your intuition. So it could be that someone who left is asking for a second chance. And this is especially true when it's the Fool, because it's a risky new beginning. Maybe, you know, you're afraid that this will happen again. But you have the Ace of Cups again. It's, you know, it's like saying accept this new beginning. So for some of you, it could be that you're starting the month really brokenhearted. Maybe you've broken up, separated from the person that you care about. Remember, the main energy was the Knight of Swords. Anything can happen. So it's very possible that someone who left, said goodbye, said they were not happy, they could be asking for a second chance, where it's going to be risky for you. You might be afraid of trusting them again. Okay, let me get a few more cards so we can get the rest of the message. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for January? Two of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces? Two of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Seven of Cups. Okay, so these three cards right here. So you've got a choice. I mean, that's one thing that really stands out. You've got the Two of Swords and the Two of Coins. And the twos do represent choosing, decisions, choosing between two things, two people, two outcomes. Not only that, but you've got the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups also can represent choices. Maybe you have a choice. Maybe you have a choice in partners. But for many of you, I feel like the main message here is that you have a choice, whether you're going to stay in a relationship or a marriage, or if you're going to take somebody back. Now, you also have the Two of Swords. So no matter what you have going on in your love life for January, some of you have a really difficult decision to make. The Two of Swords is always like your situation is extremely complicated, but it does mean if you don't do something, then you're stuck. And as it is, you already have stuck energy here. You have the Hangman under the Seven of Cups, and you have the Knight of Coins. So the Two of Swords is saying like someone is going to be put on the spot here. Somebody has to make a decision. We've also got the Two of Coins here, you know, where there's a sense of instability with the Two of Coins. There's, you know, you just feel like there's no stability, and there's a lot of wishy-washy energy. You can feel like, you know, your partner may feel like they're not committing to you. You have no clear answers from them. Again, there's slow-moving energy in the spread. There's, you know, stuck energy. And you could be feeling really kind of confused, lost, emotional. This is all the Seven of Cups. But for many of you, you know, I see things resolving for you here in a very unexpected way. It could be that someone chooses to leave. I mean, Seven and Eight of Cups. It's like confusion leads to maybe a goodbye. But this goodbye is surrounded by new beginnings, a new opportunity. Okay, so let's get a few more cards for you from the confirmation deck so we can see the full message. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for January? We've got the Five of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for January? Nine of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for January? Knight, look at this. The Knight of Pentacles is going to go over the Knight of Pentacles. They call it coins in this deck, but it's the same card. Slow progress. Okay, what's the most important thing from this deck that Pisces needs to hear about their love life for January? The Three of Cups. Happiness. This represents joy, laughter, celebration. This can even represent marriage. So this is a strong energy for you, regardless of what you see in the spread. Okay, so let's focus on these three cards that I just pulled for you. The Five of Wands. So, I mean, you might feel like your love life right now, like you may feel really troubled. There could be a lot of fighting, a lot of misunderstandings with the Five of Wands. It could be that you want very different things. The Five of Wands can also represent competition. But I feel like, there's just a struggle. There's a struggle going on between you and your partner. There's some type of like stuck energy for the sign of Pisces. Things are moving so slow. Again, it feels like maybe you just want different things. And this has you really paranoid. You have the Nine of Wands, which is feeling like really protective because you don't want to be hurt. The Nine of Wands is kind of retreating into your own space. You want to stay in your safe place. And, again, the Knight of Coins is a repeat card. Things will progress. Things will change for you. But you have a strong energy here that things are going to change slowly. The good news is that the main energy from the first deck was the Knight of Swords. Things can also move very quickly. I don't know. For some of you, it really depends maybe on what you're saying. You have the Page of Swords. You really got to speak your truth. Whatever it is, that you feel really conflicted about. Here, conflicted about your partner, you're brokenhearted. For some of you, speaking your truth can help, things move a little quicker, depending on what's going on in your situation. So this is what I see for you for January. Let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. I'm going to use this deck here. I've already shuffled it. You are lucky because I didn't do the X spread for the other signs. I hope they don't see this and get mad. But a lot of people do like this spread. So I may go through it a little quicker because I'm also going to do a love reading for you for the year 2019. So let me go ahead and pull some cards for you. Again, this is for those that want to reconnect with an ex, someone who's no longer in your life. It can be an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, or someone that you were dating. Show me the energies between Pisces and their ex for January. Queen of Pentacles. Pisces and their ex, January. Seven of Swords. Pisces and their ex, January. Queen of Swords. Pisces and their ex for January. The Hangman. So they had this in the 9-card spread. Pisces and their ex for January. The Fool, also from the 9-card spread. Pisces and their ex, January. The 10 of Pentacles. So, things can change. Things can change. You have the Fool here. This is a repeat card from the 9-card spread, which does represent, a new beginning for you. Again, this spread, we're focusing on a relationship that's, that's over. It's over. You're not together anymore. You also have the Hangman has repeated itself, which just shows that you're kind of in limbo right now when it comes to your ex. You don't really understand what's going on. You don't know if you're going to get back together. The Queen of Swords also repeated itself. So for those of you that have an ex who is a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius, I'm really speaking to you. But again, this can just be that your ex is just not listening to their intuition and their feelings. So let's see what we have here. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. The Hangman, the Fool, and then 10 of Pentacles. So, what I see here, for some of you, it's either an air sign or it's an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. But most important, what I see here is the Seven of Swords. So, it can be that, again, maybe you were cheated on, you were lied to. The Seven of Swords can mean deceit. Someone who's two-faced. It could be that also that's someone that just does not want to see the truth. This is someone that is sticking their head in the sand and lying to themselves. And that could be what's keeping you and your ex from getting back together, because you have the Hangman 2 times. I see that your relationship is not really over. I would not say it's over. It's stuck. You're in limbo right now. And you have the Fool. This card was in the 9-card spread. Here it is. It's a repeat card for you. When they come up again, that's a strong message, because I'm using a different deck here. The Fool is telling you that you'll have a chance to have your ex back. I'll put it here. You'll have a chance to have your ex back, but it's going to be a risky decision for you. Maybe that's why you had the Two of Swords. You have a risky opportunity with your ex. Things right now may not be moving forward. They may be in limbo, but there is a strong energy of a risky new beginning. And I do see happiness here. There's a sense of not just happiness, but stability. Stability. Remember that you had the Two of Coins and the 9-card spread, and I told you when the Two of Coins comes up, you feel like There's a strong sense of instability. Somebody's being wishy-washy. So I feel like that gets resolved with your ex. Again, strong energy here of somebody, lying to themselves, somebody refusing to see the truth. This is keeping everything stuck and in limbo. But there's a strong energy here of a risky new beginning. And then the Ten of Pentacles, stability. For some, this can even be a long-term relationship that leads to marriage. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the spread for 2019. See what's coming up for you. And I am doing a longer spread for 2019 for all the signs. I have not uploaded your sign yet. It's going to be on Vimeo, but I will announce it on YouTube, Facebook, and my website when they're all up. And you had a jumping card for 2019. This is what it is. The Ace of Swords. So for some of you in 2019, you could really be looking at love from a different perspective. You might really kind of understand like where you've gone wrong or what you need to change. But it could also be that someone is changing their mind. That's the energy of the Ace of Swords. Somebody has changed their mind about you, or you've changed your mind about somebody else. So just kind of keep that in mind. This is just a jumping card. I'm going to put it back in there. And let's get 9 cards. This is a love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. 6 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. The World. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. The Magician. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. Karma, which is the Judgment card. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. 7 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. The Shadow side, which is the Devil. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. King of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. You have the 2 of Swords again. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for 2019. And the High Priestess. What's the most important thing that Pisces needs to hear about their love life for the year 2019? The 6 of Pentacles. So the 2019 can be the year where you finally receive, where you finally get what you want from your partner, or where you finally find the relationship that you deserve. Okay, so I'll come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's look at the first row here. 6 of Cups, the World, the Magician. So for some of you, it can be that you're coming into 2019, you really are focusing on the past, because you're starting off with this energy from the 6 of Cups, memories from the past. You keep thinking about someone from the past. But you've got past energy, but you also have the World. This is an ending and a new beginning. And the Magician is telling you, this is up to you. So I feel like for many of you, you have a chance to start over in 2019, especially if you feel like you've not had a relationship or you've gotten what you deserve. You'll have a chance to have that in 2019, but that's going to be your call. That's why you have the Magician. That's, the 6 of Pentacles is saying you can get what you deserve in 2019, but that's going to be completely up to you. Because for some of you, you could be choosing to focus on someone from the past and trying to maybe get an ex back or work things out. The World is just telling you 2019, it's the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. But, whether you're going to choose to accept it or not, the Magician, totally up to you. No one can choose except you. In the second row here, you've got Judgment, the 7 of Pentacles, the Devil. So, there is a chance here when you got Karma for a new beginning, a second chance. This card especially, it does apply to relationships that were over, relationships that rise, that have been over, dead, just, we're done. Suddenly these relationships are back on. It seems like you will be considering, with the 7 of Pentacles, whether you should take your ex back. And ironically, that is what you start with, the 6 of Cups. So, I did do that, X spread for you, and it really does seem like you have a chance to take somebody back from the past. You had the Fool 2 times. It repeated itself in the X spread. I see that you're doing a lot of thinking here, the 7 of Pentacles. This is someone who's being very careful and choosing, weighing their options. You have a chance for a new beginning here, but you also have the Devil, which could represent, fears. It can represent so many different things. It's hard to say in a general reading. It could represent fears, unhealthy relationships. For some of you, it could be that you're in an unhealthy relationship and you just need to move on, but only you can make that choice. It can also just be that someone who's very fear-based, perhaps an ex, is really, you know, taking their time and making a decision. But I do see a reunion here, a second chance for that relationship. Down here, you keep getting this energy of an air sign. You had the Queen of Swords repeat itself in the 9-card spread, and then in the My Ex spread. Air sign, difficult decision, use your intuition. That's what you're being told for 2019. Some of you could be meeting an air sign if you don't know one. I feel like an air sign is definitely in the cards for you. If you don't know an air sign, you probably will meet one in 2019, where you're going to have to really use your intuition. Like, is this person for me? Should I accept a relationship with this person? The Two of Swords. This is tough. This is a tough one. You're going to have to choose. It could be even that you're choosing between two people. Okay, let me get a few more cards. Love reading for Pisces for 2019. Look at that. Queen of Swords. I'm telling you, there is an air sign for you. Love reading for Pisces. The 8 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. So, I mean, reading these 3 cards, there's an air sign. I keep saying there's going to be an air sign, even if you don't know one. The 8 of Cups. Some of you could be choosing to leave a relationship because the 8 of Cups is a goodbye card. Some of you could be choosing to move on because you're not happy. And you could be choosing to, you may be choosing an air sign. Or for some of you, it could be that you're leaving an air sign because, again, the goodbye card. But for those where there is no air sign, it could be that you're tired. And again, this is what I said in the other spreads. You may be feeling really tired and fed up with someone who just isn't really in a relationship that's emotionally based, if that makes sense. Someone who's not in touch with their emotions. Pisces, I can't imagine Pisces would like that, because you're such a loving sign. I can't imagine Pisces being with someone who's cold. Not that all air signs are cold, but that is what the King and Queen of Swords represent. They're not in touch with their emotions. And the 3 of Pentacles, I mean, the 3 of Pentacles, this is saying there has to be effort on both sides. This is an energy of, like, it can't just be one person doing all the work. So because of that, you get the 8 of Cups. Like, someone is considering moving on because maybe you're tired of you're the only one who's always trying. Again, you could be choosing to move on. Let's get a few more cards. Let me shuffle the confirmation deck since we used it for the other spreads. What other messages are there for Pisces about their love life for 2019? Love reading for Pisces for 2019. Love reading for Pisces for 2019. Love reading for Pisces for 2019. Okay, let's see what comes up. Love reading for Pisces for 2019. King of Cups, that would be you. Love reading for Pisces for 2019. Sun. Love reading for Pisces for 2019. 8 of Swords. So you're just being told here, let me get your main energy. What's the most important thing that Pisces needs to hear about their love life for 2019? Be brave. Hang in there. Don't give in to fear. Don't give in to despair. Don't give in to anger. Hang in there. The Strength card. So, what you're being told here is that, there is a lot of happiness around you for 2019. You have the Sun, the most positive card in the entire deck. It's promising you love. For some, it can be marriage, children. This is just positive energy, happiness. But you do have that energy of being stuck, which, did come up for you before in the other spreads. The 8 of Swords. Your thoughts could possibly keep you stuck in a situation you don't need to be in anymore. That's why you're being told here, tame your inner beast, which would be your fears, your negative thinking. So with the 8 of Swords, it's possible that in 2019 you may feel like, I don't know how to get out of the situation. I don't know how to, leave my past behind me. You're being told here, you're being promised that if you can find a way out of your unhappiness or a difficult situation, there's so much happiness waiting for you with the Sun. So again, looking back at the spread, it just seems like you're coming in really focusing on things from the past, someone from the past. It just seems like you have a choice. You have a choice to either focus on someone from the past, or there could be someone brand new for you. And I feel like if there's going to be somebody brand new, if you're looking for somebody new, I feel like many of you will be connecting with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay, Pisces, this has been your love reading for January 2019 and for the year of 2019. I hope you enjoyed it. and I will speak to you again next month.